Good morning, everyone. I am so happy that you could join me. I have a lot of projects to accomplish today. If you watched yesterday's upload, you know that we harvested a colossal crop of carrots from one small raised bed in the herb garden. Today, because nature abhors a vacuum, we need to buy some fast-growing veggie starts to plant in the now empty carrot bed. Also, I want to buy some flowers for the kitchen and tackle some laundry and prepare tonight's dinner. We are making chicken with 40 cloves of garlic, a cup of tea, and then we can start the day. We are off to the farm store. I made an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen. I am hoping that the farm store has fast-growing vegetable starts. It is already mid-July. Plants will need to mature before the first frost of autumn. And I watched him disappear like smoke. Look ahead, the sea is coming. I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry. For veggie starts, I settle on 2 varieties of green cabbage. Cabbage matures in about 60 days. I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on. I decide to do a little food shopping here at the farm store. For tonight's dinner, we will need garlic, chicken thighs, and a bunch of fresh, fragrant thyme. We are home again. Another sip of tea. And then we have to get these snapdragons into water. These were buy one bunch, get one bunch free. These were grown right at the berry farm. I think this looks very cheerful. I'm going to clean up my mess, and then we can head outside to plant the cabbage. Prior to planting the cabbage starts, I dig in some balanced organic fertilizer. The starts are terribly root-bound. To loosen the roots, I simply cut through them with pruning shears. It's lunchtime. I found a perfectly ripe tomato in the garden, so I'm going to fix a BLT. Now this is some of the French sandwich bread, or pain de mie, that you and I made in a previous video. I put this in the freezer, so it is good to go. Nice thing about pain de mie is that you can slice it very thinly. Fewer carbs. Going to toast the bread. Just cutting the core out of the tomato. Avocado mayo. And I have some of the wonderful carrot top pesto that you and I made in yesterday's video. Not traditional for a BLT, but going to use it because I have it and I love it. And this is some bacon that I cooked up yesterday and drained and then put in the freezer. One sandwich is for me, one sandwich is for Lizette, who is behind the camera. Lechuga, or lettuce. We are going to enjoy this with some iced tea. Ice. Lemon. Strainer. And this morning's tea, which is now at room temperature. I think I bought these glasses on Amazon. If I can find them, I will link them in the description below. I think they have a wonderful shape. Lizette and I both agree that this is the best BLT we have ever tasted. That lunch was spectacular. I had not lived until I tried a BLT that included carrot top pesto. Now, I need to do some laundry, but I just looked outside. We have a big storm coming. I'm going to need some French filet green beans from the garden, so I need to run outside before the rain pours. French filet beans are tender, slender, and sweet. To avoid damaging the plants, I use scissors to harvest the beans. I think this will be enough beans for 2 people, but before I clean them up, I need to get some laundry in the washing machine. In the comments, let me know if laundry is your least favorite household chore. It certainly is mine. Now I need to spend some time reading the comments that have come in on YouTube. It is one of my absolute favorite things to do, is reading your comments. You guys write the nicest comments, okay? Thank you so much. In the comments, many viewers have asked me to play the piano. I am currently learning a 3-part invention by Bach. Let me share it with you. can't believe how fast this day is flying by. It's already time for dinner. So what I'm doing is tipping and tailing the French filet beans. Many of you have asked about the bench scraper that I use. It's made by Wilton. I will link this in the description below. I've had this thing for, 20 years? I'm going to give these beans a good rinse, and then I'll come right back. So on to the chicken with 40 cloves of garlic. This is a French classic. It's really delicious. You do not have to use 40 cloves. You could use 14 cloves, or you could use 400 cloves. What I do is just take the whole head of garlic and smash it, just to loosen all of the individual cloves. Mercifully, you do not have to peel any of the cloves. Just remove the excess paper. This is one of the first dishes that I made for Mr. Fox right after we met. And we are still together 25 years later. In fact, our 25th anniversary is next Saturday. For chicken with 40 cloves of garlic, you could use a whole chicken cut up or just chicken thighs as I'm using. I probably have more chicken thigh recipes on YouTube than anybody else. But I love chicken thighs because they're loaded with flavor, and it's difficult to overcook a chicken thigh. Pat the chicken dry with paper towels. Wet chicken won't brown very well. It's time to head to the stovetop. Put the garlic in a small amount of simmering water and let it poach for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, in a large skillet over medium heat, add a glug of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter. When the butter melts, sprinkle salt and pepper evenly into the skillet. Put the chicken skin side down into the skillet. Cook for about 5 minutes or until the skin turns golden brown. Flip the chicken so the skin side is up. Use a slotted spoon to transfer the garlic to the skillet betwixt and between the chicken pieces. Add sprigs of fresh thyme and then cover the skillet, lower the heat, and cook until the garlic is tender and the chicken is done, about 20 minutes. Transfer the chicken and garlic to a plate or platter and keep warm. Deglaze the skillet with 1/2 to 1 cup of dry white vermouth or dry white wine. Increase the heat and stir while the mixture comes to a boil and reduces slightly. Then turn off the heat, add a knob of butter, and swirl the skillet until the butter melts. I am going to pour this glorious deglazing sauce over the chicken, which I did put on a platter. In the same skillet, I am sautéing my French filet beans in a little bacon fat, plus a light dusting of salt and pepper. I am cooking the beans only until they are tender crisp, or for about 3 minutes. We're ready to have dinner. First, I want to show you the neat thing about the garlic. Pinch the end of a garlic clove and then spread the soft garlic on a piece of chicken,
A slice from a baguette, or both?
The garlic turns very sweet as it poaches in the water and then cooks along with the chicken. I can't tell you how incredibly wonderful this is. A taste. This chicken is so tender, and I love the wine and thyme and garlic that it's infused with. I will post the recipe for my version of chicken with 40 cloves of garlic in the description below. A French filet bean. Now you remember I did not overcook the beans because I wanted them to be tender crisp. And that's the beauty of these beans. When they're so fresh, you really don't have to do anything with them, and you certainly don't want to boil them. Thank you so much for spending the day with me and for keeping me company while we went shopping at the farm store and we spent time in the garden and at the piano and the laundry room. And I do hope you'll try this dinner someday. Take good care of yourself. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Chin chin.